Sit down.
Thanks.
Just a minute.
Sit down. Ha! I haven't had a good sit down. I haven't had a proper sit down. Well, I couldn't tell you.
Here you are.
10 minutes off a tea break in the middle of the night in that place, and I couldn't find a seat, not one. All them Greeks had it. Poles, Greeks, blacks. All them aliens had it. And they had me working there. They had me working. All them blacks had it. Blacks, Greeks, Poles, a lot of them, that's what. Doing me out of a seat, treating me like dirt. When he came at me tonight, I told him.
Take a seat.
Yes, but what I got to do first, you see, I got to loosen myself up. You see what I mean? I could have got done in down there.
You want to roll yourself one of these?
What? No, I never smoke a cigarette. I'll tell you what, though. I'll have a bit of that tobacco there for my pipe, if you like.
Yeah, go on, take some out of that.
That's kind of you, mister. Just enough to fill my pipe, that's all. I had a tin only a while ago, but it was knocked off. It was knocked off on the Great West Road. Where shall I put it?
I'll take it.
When he comes at me tonight, I told him, didn't I? You heard me tell him, didn't you?
I saw him have a go at you.
Go at me, you wouldn't grumble, a filthy skate. An old man like me, I've had dinner with the best.
Yes, I saw him have a go at you.
All them toe rags, mate. Got the manners of pigs. I might have been on the road a few years, but you can take it from me, I'm clean. I keep myself up. That's why I left my wife. Fortnight after I married her. No, not so much as that, no more than a week. I took the lid off a saucepan. You know what was in it? A pile of her underclothing, unwashed. The pan for vegetables it was, the vegetable pan. That's when I left her, and I haven't seen her since. I've eaten my dinner off the best of plates. But I'm not young anymore. I remember the days I was as handy as any of them. They didn't take any liberties with me. I haven't been so well lately. I've had a few attacks. Did you see what happened with that one?
I only got the end of it.
Comes up to me, parks a bucket of rubbish at me, tells me to take it out the back. It's not my job to take out the bucket. They got a boy there for taking out the bucket. I wasn't engaged to take out buckets. My job is cleaning the floor, cleaning up the tables, doing a bit of washing up. Nothing to do with taking out buckets.
Ah.
Yes, well, see, I had. Even if I was supposed to take out the bucket, who was this git to come up and give me orders? We got the same standing. Not my boss. Nothing superior to me.
What was he, a Greek?
Not him, he was a Scotch. He was a Scotsman. You got an eye of him, did you?
Yeah.
I told him what to do with his bucket, didn't I? You heard? Look here, I said, I'm an old man, I said. When I was brought up, we had some idea how to talk to old people with a proper respect. He was brought up with the right ideas. If I had a few years off me, I'd break you in half. That was after the governor gave me the bullet. Making too much commotion, he says. Commotion, me? Look here, I said, I got my rights. I told him that. I might have been on the road, but nobody's got more rights than I have. Let's have a bit of fair play, I said. Anyway, he gave me the bullet. That's the sort of place. If you hadn't come out and stopped that Scotch git, I'd be inside the hospital now. I'd have cracked my head on that pavement if he'd have landed. I'll get him. One night I'll get him. When I find myself around that direction. I wouldn't mind so much. I left all my belongings in that place in the back room there. All of them. The lot there was, you see, in this bag. Every lousy, blasted bit of all my bleeding belongings I left down there now, in the rush of it. I bet he's having a poke around in it now, this very moment.
I'll pop down sometime, pick 'em up for you.
Anyway, I'm obliged to you. Let me have a bit of a rest, like. For a few minutes. This your room?
Yes,
You got a good bit of stuff here.
yes.
Must be worth a few bob, this. Put it all together. There's enough of it.
There's a good bit of it, all right.
You sleep here, do you?
Yes,
What, in that?
yes.
Yes, well, you'll be well out of the draft there.
You don't get much wind.
You'll be well out of it. It's different when you're kipping out.
Would be.
Nothing but wind then.
Yeah. When the wind gets up, it...
Yes.
Hmm.
Gets very drafty.
Ah.
I'm very sensitive to it.
Are you?
Always have been. You got more rooms than have you?
Where?
I mean along the landing here. Up the landing, there.
They're out of commission.
Get away.
Need a lot of doing to.
What about downstairs?
Closed up. Need seeing to, the floors.
I was lucky you come into that calf. I might have been done by that Scotch kid. I've been left for dead more than once. I noticed that there was someone was living in the house next door.
What?
I noticed.
Yes, there's people living all along the road.
Yes, I noticed them curtains pulled down next door as we come along.
They're neighbours.
This your house then, is it?
I'm in charge.
You're the landlord, are you? Yes, I noticed them heavy curtains pulled across next door as we come along. I noticed them heavy big curtains right across the window down there. I thought there must be someone living there.
Family of Indians live there.
Blacks?
I don't see much of them.
Blacks, eh? Well, you've got some knickknacks here, all right, I see that. I don't like a bare room. I tell you what, mate, you haven't got a spare pair of shoes.
Shoes?
Them bastards at the monastery let me down again.
Where?
Down in Luton. Monastery, down at Luton. I got a mate at Shepherd's Bush, you see.
I might have a pair.
I got this mate at Shepherd's Bush in the convenience. Well, he was in the convenience. We ran about the best convenience they had. Ran about the best one. Always slipped me a bit of soap any time I went in there. Very good soap. They have to have the best soap. I was never without a piece of soap whenever I happened to be knocking about the Shepherd's Bush area.
Pair of brown.
He's gone now, went. He was the one who put me onto this monastery. Just the other side of Luton. He'd hardly give away shoes.
You've got to have a good pair of shoes.
Shoes? It's life and death to me. I had to go all the way to Luton in these.
What happened when you got there then?
I used to know a bootmaker in Acton. He was a good mate to me. You know what that bastard monk said to me? How many more blacks you got round here then?
What?
You got any more blacks round here?
See if these are any good.
You know what that bastard monk said to me? I think those would be a bit small.
Would they?
No, don't look the right size.
Not bad trim.
Can't wear shoes that don't fit. Nothing worse. I said to this monk, here I said, now look here, mister. He opened the door. Big door. He opened it. Now look here, mister. I said, I come all the way down here. Look, I said, I showed him these. I said, we haven't got a pair of shoes. Pair of shoes, I said, enough to keep me on my way. Look at these. They're nearly out, I said. They're no good to me. They heard you got a stock of shoes here. Piss off, he said to me. Now, look here, I said, I'm an old man. I said, you can't talk to me like that. I don't care who you are. If you don't piss off, he said, I'll kick you all the way to the gate. Now, look there, I said, now, wait a minute. All I'm asking for is a pair of shoes. Don't start taking liberties with me. Taking me 3 days to get out here, I said to him. 3 days without a bite. And worth a bite to eat tonight. Get out round the corner to the kitchen, he says. Get out round the corner, and when you've had your meal, piss off out of it. I went round to this kitchen, see. Meal they gave me. A bird, I tell you. A little bird, a little tiny bird. He could have had it in under 2 minutes. Right, they said, you've had your meal, get off out of it. Meal, I said? What do you think, I am a dog? Nothing better than a dog. What do you think, I'm a wild animal? What about them shoes I come all the way down here to get? I heard you was giving away. I have a good mind to report you to your mother's superior. One of them, an Irish hooligan. He come at me. I cleared out. Took a shortcut to Watford, picked up a pair there. Got onto the North Circular. Just past Hendon, the sole came off right where I was walking. Lucky I had my old ones wrapped up, still carrying them. Otherwise, I'd have been finished, man. So I had to stay with these, you see. They're gone. They're no good. All the good's gone out of them.
Try these.
Yes. That's not a bad pair of shoes. See? They're strong, all right? Yes. Not a bad shape of shoe. This leather's hardy, isn't it? Very hardy. Some bloke tried to flog me some suede the other day. Wear 'em. Can't beat leather for wear. Suede goes off. Creases. Stains for life in 5 minutes. Can't beat leather. Yes. Good shoe, this.
Good.
Don't fit, though.
Oh?
I got a very broad foot. These are 2 pointed, you see.
Ah.
They cripple me in a week. I mean, these ones I got on. They're no good, but at least they're comfortable. Not much cop. At least it don't hurt. Thanks anyway, mister.
I'll see what I can look out for you.
Good luck. I can't go on like this. I can't get from one place to another. And I'll have to be moving about, you see. Try to get fixed up.
Where are you going to go?
Oh, I got 1 or 2 things in mind. I'm waiting for the weather to break.
Would you like to sleep here?
Here?
You can sleep here if you like.
Here? Oh, I don't know about that. How long for?
Till you get yourself fixed up.
Aye, well, that...
Get yourself sorted out.
Oh, I'll be fixed up pretty soon now. Where would I sleep?
Here. The other rooms would be no good to you.
Here? Where?
There's a bed behind all that.
Oh, I see. Ah, well, that's handy. Well, that's... Tell you what, I might do that just till I get myself sorted out. You've got enough furniture here.
Picked it up. Just keeping it here for the time being. Thought it might come in handy.
This gas stove work, do it?
No,
What do you do for a cup of tea?
nothing.
That's a bit rough. Are you building something?
I might build a shed out the back.
Carpenter, eh? Ha. Well, you got a lawn.
Have a look.
Looks a bit thick.
Overgrown.
What's that, a pond?
Yes.
What, do you got fish?
No, there isn't anything in there.
Where are you going to put your shed?
I'll have to clear the garden first.
You'd need a tractor, man.
I'll get it done.
Carpentry, eh?
I like working with my hands.
What's this?
That's a Buddha.
Get on.
Yes. Quite like it. Picked it up in a shop. Looked quite nice to me. Don't know why. What do you think of these Buddhas?
Oh, dear. They're all right, didn't they?
Yes. I was pleased when I got hold of this one. It's very well made.
This the bed here, is it?
We'll get rid of all that. The ladder will fit under the bed.
Oh. Hey, say. Hey. What about this?
I think that'll fit in under here as well.
I'll give you a hand. Ooh, it's a ton weight in it.
Under here.
This in use at all, then? No, I'll be getting rid of it. Yeah. Oh.
There's a lavatory down the landing. It's got a sink in there. We can put this stuff over there.
You don't share it, do you?
What?
I mean, you don't share the toilet with them blacks, do you?
They live next door.
They don't come in. Because, you know, I mean, fair's fair.
You see a blue case?
Blue case. Down here, look, by the carpet. It's a nice sheet.
The blanket will be a bit dusty.
Don't you worry about that.
How are you off for money?
Oh, well, now, mister, if you want the truth, I'm a bit short.
Here's a few bob.
Thank you, thank you. Good luck. Just happened to find myself a bit short. You see, I got nothing for all that week's work I did last week. That's a position. That's what it is.
I went into a pub the other day. Ordered a Guinness. They gave it to me in a thick mug. I sat down, but I couldn't drink it. I can't drink Guinness from a thick mug. I only like it out of a thin glass. I had a few sips, but I couldn't finish it.
If only the weather would break. Then I'd be able to get down to Sidcup.
Sidcup?
The weather's so blasted bloody awful. How can I get down to Sidcup in these shoes?
Why do you want to get down to Sidcup?
I got my papers there.
You what?
I got my papers there.
What are they doing at Sidcup?
Man, I know's got them. I left them with him, you see. They prove who I am. I can't move without them papers. They tell you who I am, you see. I'm stuck without them.
Why's that?
Well, you see, what it is, you see, I changed my name years ago. I've been going around under an assumed name. That's not my real name.
What name you been going under?
Jenkins, Bernard Jenkins. That's my name. That's the name I'm known anyway. It's no good me going on with that name. I got no rights. I got an insurance card here under the name of Jenkins. See? Bernard Jenkins. Look, got 4 stamps on it. 4 of them. But I can't go along with these. That's not my real name. They'd find out. They'd have me in the nick. 4 stamps. I haven't paid out pennies. I paid out pounds. Pounds I paid out, not pennies. There's been other stamps, plenty. But they haven't put them on the nigs. I never had enough time to go into it.
They should have stamped your card.
Would have done no good. I'd have got nothing anyway. That's not my real name. If I take that card along, I go in the nick.
What's your real name then?
Davis, Mac Davis. That was before I changed my name.
It looks as though you want to sort all that out.
If only I could get down to Sidcup. I've been waiting for the weather to break. He's got my papers. This man I left him with. He's got it all down there. I could prove everything.
How long's he had them?
What?
How long's he had them?
Oh, it must be... was in the war. Must be about near on 15 years ago.
Any time you want to get into bed, just get in. Don't worry about me.
Well, I think I will. I'm a bit done in. Shall I put these on here?
Yes.
See, you've got a bucket up there.
Leak.
Well, I'll try your bed then. You getting in?
I'm mending this plug.
You can't move this, eh?
Bit heavy.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Fair bed. I think I'll sleep in this.
I'll have to fix a proper shade on that bulb. The light's a bit glaring.
Don't you worry about that, mister. Don't you worry about that. What? What's it? What's it?
It's all right.
What's it?
It's all right.
Oh, yes.
Sleep well.
Yes. Dead out. Must have been dead out.
You,
Hey?
were you dreaming or something?
Dreaming?
Yes.
I don't dream. I've never dreamed.
No, nor have I.
Nor me. Why you ask me that then?
You were making noises.
Who was?
You were.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean? What kind of noises?
You were making groans. You were jabbering.
Jabbering me?
Yes.
I don't jabber, man. Nobody ever told me that before. What would I be jabbering about?
I don't know.
I mean, where's the sense in it? Nobody ever told me that before. You got all of the wrong bloke, mate.
No. You woke me up. I thought you might have been dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. Never had a dream in my life.
Maybe it was the bed.
Nothing wrong with this bed.
Might be a bit unfamiliar.
Nothing unfamiliar about me with beds. I slept in beds. I don't make noises just because I sleep in a bed. I slept in plenty of beds. I tell you what, maybe with them blacks.
What?
Them noises.
What blacks?
Them you got next door. Maybe with them blacks making noises coming up through the walls. That's my opinion. Where you going? You going out?
Yes.
Well, wait a minute then, just a minute.
What are you doing?
I better come with you.
Why?
I mean, I better come out with you anyway.
Why?
Well, don't you want me to go out?
What for?
I mean, when you're out, don't you want me to get out? When you're out?
You don't have to go out.
You mean I can stay here?
Do what you like. You don't have to come out just because I go out.
You don't mind me staying here?
I got a couple of keys. This door and the front door.
Thanks very much. Best of luck.
I think I'll take a stroll down the road. Little kind of a shop. Man, they'd got a jigsaw the other day. I quite like the look of it.
The jigsaw, mate?
Yes, could be very useful.
Yes. What's that then exactly then?
The jigsaw? Well, it comes from the same family as a fret saw. But it's an appliance, you see. You have to fix it onto a portable drill.
Ah, that's right. They're very handy.
They are, yes. You know, I was sitting in a cafe the other day. I happened to be sitting at the same table as this woman. But we started to pick up a bit of a conversation. I don't know. About a holiday it was, where she'd been. She'd been down to the south coast. I can't remember where though. Anyway, we're just sitting there, having this bit of a conversation. Then suddenly, she put her hand over to mine and she said, "How would you like me to have a look at your body?"
Get out of it.
Yes, to come out with it, just like that, in the middle of this conversation, struck me as a bit odd.
They said the same thing to me.
Have they?
Women? There's many a time they've come up to me and asked me more or less the same question.
What did you say your name was?
Bernard Jenkins is my assumed one.
No, your other one.
Davis, Mac Davis.
Welsh, are you?
Eh?
You Welsh?
Well, I've been around, you know. What I mean, I've been about.
Where were you born then?
What do you mean?
Where were you born?
I was a bit hard, like, to set your mind back, see what I mean? Going back a good way. Lose a bit of track, like, you know.
See this plug? Switch it on. Here, if you like. This little fire.
Right, mister.
Just plug in here.
Right, mister. What do I do?
Just switch it on, that's all. The fire will come on.
I tell you what, I won't bother about it.
No trouble.
No, I don't go in for them things much.
It should work. Right.
Hey, I was going to ask you, mister, what about this stove? Do you think it's going to be letting out any, what do you think?
It's not connected.
You see, the trouble is, it's right on top of my bed, you see. What I got to watch is nudging one of them gas taps with my elbow when I get up. You get my meaning?
There's nothing to worry about.
Look here, don't you worry about it. All I do, I keep an eye on these taps every now and again, like you see. See, they're switched off. You leave it to me.
I don't think...
Hey, mister, just one thing. Hey, you couldn't slip me a couple of bob for a cup of tea, just, you know?
I gave you a few bob last night.
Hey! So you did, so you did. I forgot. Went clean out of my mind, that's right. Thank you, mister. Listen, you're sure now? You sure you don't mind me staying here? I mean, I'm not the sort of man who wants to take any liberties.
No, that's all right.
I might get down to Wembley later on in the day.
Uh-huh.
There's a cuff down there, you see. Might be able to get fixed up there. I was there, you see. I know they were a bit short-handed. They might be in the need of a bit of staff.
When was that?
Eh? Oh, well, it was, that'll be near on, or that'll be a little while ago now. Of course, what it is, they can't find the right kind of people in these places. See? What they're trying to do, what they want to do, they want to do away with these foreigners, you see, in catering. They want an Englishman to pour their tea. That's what they want. That's what they're crying out for. That's only common sense, isn't it? All right. I got all that underway. That's what I've been doing. If only I could get down there.
Well, I'll be seeing you then.
Yes. Right. Not a bad pair of shoes. Bit pointed. Screws. Paint. What's he gonna paint? I'll have to find out about that. He's got some stuff in here. Look at all this. Full of stuff. What's he got all those papers for? Damn pile of papers. Hold it! Hold it! He got all these papers for? Got a sheet and a pillow ready in here. Nothing. Still, I had to sleep, though. I don't make no noises. What's this? Locked. Must be something in it. Nothing.
What's your name?
I don't know you. I don't know who you are.
Hey?
Jenkins.
Jenkins? Jenkins. Sleep here last night?
Yes.
Sleep well?
Yes.
I'm awfully glad. It's awfully nice to meet you. What did you say your name was?
Jenkins.
I beg your pardon?
Jenkins!
Jenkins. You remind me of my uncle's brother. He's always on the move, that man. Never without his passport. Had an eye for the girls. Very much your build. Bit of an athlete. Long jump specialist. Had a habit of demonstrating different run-ups in the drawing room round about Christmas time. Had a penchant for nuts. That's what it was. Nothing else but a penchant. Couldn't eat enough of them. Peanuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, monkey nuts. Wouldn't touch a piece of fruitcake. Had a marvellous stopwatch. Picked it up in Hong Kong day after they chucked him out of Salvation Army. He used to go number 4 for Beckenham Reserves. It was before he got his gold medal. Had a funny habit of carrying his fiddle on his back, like a papoose. Well, I think there was a bit of the Red Indian in him. To be honest, I never made out how he came to be my uncle's brother. I often thought maybe it was the other way around. I mean, that my uncle was his brother, and he was my uncle. But I never called him uncle. As a matter of fact, I called him Sid. My mother called him Sid, too. Yeah, it was a funny business. Your spitting image he was, married a Chinaman and went to Jamaica. Hope you slept well last night.
Listen, I don't know who you are.
What bed you sleep in?
Now, look here.
Hey?
That one.
Not the other one?
No.
Choosy. How'd you like my room?
Your room?
Yeah?
This ain't your room. I don't know who you are. I ain't never seen you before.
Now, believe it or not, you've got a funny kind of resemblance to a bloke I once knew in Shoreditch. Actually, you lived at Aldgate. I was staying with a cousin in Camden Town. This chap, he used to have a pitch in Finsbury Park, just by the bus depot. When I got the name, turned out he was brought up in Putney. Didn't make any difference to me. I know quite a few people who are born in Putney. Even if they weren't born in Putney, they're born in Fulham. Only trouble was he wasn't born in Putney, he was only brought up in Putney. And it turned out he's born in the Caledonian Road, just before the Nag's Head. His own mum was still living at the Angel. All the buses passed right by the door. She could get a 38, a 581, 30, 38A, take her down the Essex Road to Dawson Junction next to no time. Well, of course, if she got a 30, he'd take her up Upper Street Way, round by Aubrey Corner, down past St Paul's Church, but she'd get a Dawson Junction just the same in the end. I used to leave my bike in her garden on the way to work. It was a curious affair. Dead spit of you, he was. Bit big around the nose, but there was nothing in it. You sleep here last night?
Yes.
Sleep well?
Yes.
Did you have to get up in the night?
No.
What's your name?
Now, look here.
What?
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Sleeping last night! How you sleep?
I slept.
Sleep well.
Look,
One bed. Not the other. Choosy.
Choosy. What sort of a sleep do you have in that?
All right.
You weren't uncomfortable?
All right.
Hey, you're a foreigner?
No.
You're born and bred in the British Isles?
What did they teach you?
How'd you like my bed? That's my bed. You want to mind you don't catch a draft?
From the bed?
No, no, up your ass. You intending to settle down here?
Give me my trousers then.
Settling down for a long stay?
Give me my bloody trousers. Where you going? I'm going to Sink Up.
Yeah, you remind me of a bloke I bumped into once, just the other side of the Guildford bypass.
I was brought here.
Pardon?
I was brought here.
Brought here or brought here?
Man who lives here, he...
Fibber.
I was brought here last night. Met them in a calf. I was working. Got the bullet down. I was working there. Blokes in from a punch-up. Brought me here. Brought me right here.
I'm afraid you're a born fibber, ain't you? You're speaking to the owner. This is my room. You're standing in my house.
It is. He's seen me all right.
That's my bed.
What about that, then?
It's my mother's bed.
Well, she wasn't in it last night.
Now, don't get perky, son. Don't get perky. You keep your hands off my old mum.
I ain't.
Don't get out your dead friend. Don't start taking liberties with my old mother. Let's have a bit of respect.
I've got respect. You won't find anyone with more respect.
Well, stop telling me all these fibs.
Now, listen to me. I never seen you before, have I?
Never seen my mother before either, I suppose. You know, I think I'm coming to the conclusion that you're a bit of an old rogue. You're nothing but an old scoundrel.
Now, wait.
Listen, son. Listen, sonny. Oh, you stink.
You ain't got no right.
You're stinking the place out. You're an old robber. There's no getting away from it. You're an old skate. You don't belong in a nice place like this. You're a barbarian, honest. You got no business wandering around an unfurnished flat. I could charge £7 a week for this if I wanted to. Get a taker tomorrow. 350 a year exclusive. No argument. I mean, if that sort of money's in your range, don't be afraid to say so. Here. Furniture and fittings, 400 quid or the nearest offer. Rateable value, 90 quid for the annum. You can reckon water, eating and lighting are close on 50. That'll cost you 890 if you're all that keen. You say the word, let me solicitors draft you out a contract tomorrow. Otherwise, I've got a van outside. I could run you down to the police station in 5 minutes. Have you in for trespassing, loitering with intent, daylight robbery, filching, thieving, and stinking the place out. That's what you say. Unless you're really keen on a straightforward purchase. Of course, I'll get me brother to decorate it up for you first. I've got a brother who's #1 decorator. Yeah, he'll decorate it up for you. If you want more space, there's 4 more rooms along the landing ready to go. There's your bathroom, living room, bedroom, nursery. You can have this as your study. This brother I mentioned, he's just about to start in the other rooms. Yeah, he's just about to start. So what do you say? 800 odd for this room? Or 3,000 down for the whole upper story? On the other hand, if you prefer to approach it in the long-term way, I know an insurance firm in West Ham would be pleased to handle a deal for you. No strings attached. Open and above board, untarnished record. 20% interest, 50% deposit. Down payments, back payments, family allowances, bonus schemes, remission of term for good behaviour, 6 months lease, yearly examination of the relevant archives, tea laid on, bonus schemes, benefit extension, compensation on cessation, comprehensive indemnity against riot, civil commotion, labour disturbances, storm, tempest, thunderbolt, larceny or cattle, all subject to a daily check and double check. Of course, we'd need a signed declaration from your personal medical attendant as assurance that you possess the requisite fitness to carry the can, won't we? Who do you bank with? Who do you bank with? Still got that leak?
Yes. It's coming from the roof.
From the roof, eh?
Yes. I'll have to tar it over.
You're gonna tar it over?
Yes.
What?
The cracks.
You'll be tarring over the cracks on the roof?
Yes.
You think that'll do it?
It'll do it for the time being.
What do you do? What do you do when that bucket's full?
Empty it.
I was telling my friend you were about to start decorating the other rooms.
Yes. I got your bag.
Oh. Oh, thanks, Thanks, mister, thanks. Give it you, did they?
What's this?
Give us it, that's my bag.
I've seen this bag before.
That's my bag!
This bag's very familiar.
What do you mean?
Where'd you get it?
Scrub it.
That's mine!
Whose?
It's mine, tell him it's mine.
What, this your bag?
Give me it!
Give it to him.
What? Give him what?
That bloody bag!
What bag? What bag?
Look here,
Where you going?
I'm going to get my old...
What is, Sonny? You're knocking at the door when no one's at home. Don't push it too hard. You come busting into a private house, laying your hands on anything you lay your hands on. Don't overstep the mark, son.
Thieving bastard! You thieving skate! Let me get my...
Here you are. How'd you get on at Wembley?
Well, I didn't get down there. No, I couldn't make it.
I had a bit of bad luck with that jigsaw. When I got there, it had gone.
Who was that fella?
It was my brother.
Is he? He's a bit of a joker, isn't he? Yeah, he's a real joker.
He's got a sense of humour.
Yes, I noticed. He's a real joker, that lad. You can see that.
Yes, he tends to see the funny side of things.
Well, he's got a sense of humour, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes, you could tell that. I could tell the first time I saw him. He had his own way of looking at things.
I'm supposed to be doing up the upper part of the house for him.
What do you mean? You mean it's his house?
Yes. I'm supposed to be decorating this landing for him. Make a flat out of it.
What does he do then?
He's in the building trade. He's got his own van.
He don't live here, do he?
Once I get that shed up outside, I'll be able to give a bit more thought to the flat, you see. Perhaps I could knock up one or two things for it. I can work with my hands, you see. It's one thing I can do. Never knew I could. But I can do all sorts of things now with my hands. You know, manual things. When I get that shed up out there, I'll have a workshop, you see. I could do a bit of woodwork. Simple woodwork to start. Working with good wood. Of course, there's a lot to be done to this place. What I think, though, I think I'll put in a partition in one of the rooms along the landing. I think it would take it. You know? I've got these screens, you know? Oriental. They break up a room with them. Make it into two parts. I could either do that, or I could have a partition. I could knock them up, you see. If I had a workshop. Anyway, I think I've decided on the partition.
Hey, look here. I've been thinking. This ain't my bag.
Oh. No.
No, this ain't my bag. My bag, it was another kind of bag altogether, you see. I know what they've done. What they done, they kept my bag and they've given you another one altogether.
No. What happened was someone had gone off with your bag.
That's what I said.
Anyway, I picked that bag up somewhere else. It's got a few pieces of clothes in it too. He let me have the whole lot, cheap.
Any shoes? Check.
Yes.
Yes, well, I know about these sort of shirts, you see. Shirts like these, they don't go far in the wintertime. I mean, that's one thing I know for a fact. No, what I need is a kind of a shirt with stripes. A good, solid shirt with stripes going down. That's what I want. What's this?
It's a smoking jacket.
Smoking jacket, eh? Well, this ain't a bad piece of cloth. Let's see how it fits. You ain't got a mirror here, have you?
I don't think I have.
Well, it don't fit too bad. How do you think it looks?
Looks all right.
Yeah, well, I won't say no to this, then. I wouldn't say no to this.
You could be caretaker here if you like.
What?
You could look after the place if you liked. You know, the stairs and the landing, the front steps. Keep an eye on it. Polish the bells.
Bells?
I'll be fixing a few down by the front door, brass.
Caretaking, eh?
Yes.
Yes, well, I never done caretaking before, you know. I mean to say I never... What I mean to say is, I never been a caretaker before.
How do you feel about being one then?
Well, I reckon... Well, I'd have to know... You know...
What sort of...
Yes! What sort of... You know...
Well, I mean...
I'd have to... I'd have to...
Well, I could tell you.
That's it, you see. You get my meaning.
When the time comes,
That's what I'm getting at, you see.
more or less exactly what you...
You see, what I mean to say, what I'm getting at is, what sort of jobs?
Well, there's things like the stairs and the bells.
But it'd be a matter, wouldn't it? It'd be a matter of a broom.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And of course, you'd need a few brushes.
You'd need implements, you see. You need a good few implements.
You could wear this if you like.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Keep the dust off.
Yes. At least I keep the dust off all right. Well off. Thanks very much, mister.
See, what we could do, I could fix a bell at the bottom, outside the front door, with caretaker on it, and you could answer any queries.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Why not?
Well, you don't know who might come up them front steps, do you? I got to be a bit careful.
Why? Someone after you?
After me? Well, I could have that Scotch git coming looking after me, couldn't I? All I'd do, I'd hear the bell, I'd go down there, I'd open the door. Who might be there? Any Harry might be there. I could be buggered as easy as that, man. Hey, they might be there after my card. Look at it. Here I am. I only got 4 stamps on this card. Look, here it is. 4 stamps. That's all I got. I ain't got any more. That's all I got. They ring the bell called caretaker. They'd have me in. That's what they do. I wouldn't stand a chance. Of course, I got plenty of other cards lying about. But they don't know that, and I can't tell them, can I? Because then they'd find out that I've been going about under an assumed name. The name I call myself now, that's not my real name. My real name's not the one I'm using, you see? It's different. You see, the name I go under now ain't my real one. It's assumed. is? What's the matter with this damn light? Oh, don't tell me the damn light's gone now. What did I do? Damn light's gone now. Can't see a thing. What will I do now? Oh, God! What's that? Give me a light. Wait a minute. Oh! Where is it? Where's the bloody box? What's that? What? Who's that? What's that? Where's my box? It was down here. Who's this? Who's moving it? Come on then, who's this? Who's this got my box? Who's in here? I've got a knife here. I'm ready. Come on then. Who are you? Ah! All right. Ah! Ah! Get away! Get away! Ah! 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 Get away! I'm ready for you. I'm here.
I was just doing some spring cleaning. There used to be a wall plug for this Electrolux, but it don't work. I had to fit it in the light socket. I think the place is looking. I gave it a good going over. If we take it in turns, once a fortnight, my brother and me, to give the place a thorough going over. I was working late tonight, only just got here. But I thought I'd better go on with it, as it's my turn. It's not I actually live here. I don't. As a matter of fact, I live somewhere else. But I'm responsible for the upkeep of the premises, isn't I? Can't help being house proud. What are you waving that about for?
You come near me.
I'm sorry if I give you a bit of a start. But I had you in mind too, you know. I mean, my brother's guest. Got to think you're comforting me. Don't the dusty grape your nose. How long are you thinking of staying there, by the way? As a matter of fact, I was going to suggest that we lower your rent. Make it just a nominal sum till you get fixed up. Just nominal, that's all. Still, if you're going to be spiky, we'll have to reconsider the old proposition. Hey, you're not thinking of doing any violence, am I, are you? You're not a violent sort, are you?
I keep myself to myself, mate. But if anyone starts with me, though, they know what they got coming.
I can believe that.
You do. I've been all over, see? You understand my meaning? I don't mind a bit of a joke now and then, but anyone will tell you that no one starts anything with me.
I get what you mean, yeah.
I can be pushed so far, but...
No further.
That's right. What are you doing?
Ah, I just want to say, I'm very impressed by that.
Eh?
Yeah, I'm very impressed by what you just said. Yeah. That's impressive, that is. I'm impressed anyway.
You know what I'm talking about, then?
Oh, yes. I know. I think we understand one another.
Eh? Well, I tell you, I like to think that. You've been playing me about, you know. I don't know why. I never done you no harm.
Nah. Do you know what it was? We just got off on the wrong foot. That's all it was.
Aye, we did.
You like a sandwich?
What?
Have one of these.
Don't you pull anything.
Ah, look, you're still not understanding me. I can't help being interested in any friend of my brother's. You're my brother's friend, ain't you?
Well, I wouldn't put it as far as that.
Well, don't you find him friendly, then?
Well, I wouldn't say we was all that friends. I mean, he done me no harm, but I wouldn't say he was any particular friend of mine. What's in that sandwich, then?
Cheese.
Well, that'll do me.
Take me.
Thanks, mister.
Well, I'm sorry to hear my brother's not very friendly.
Well, friendly? Friendly? I didn't say he wasn't.
So?
No, I just can't exactly make him out.
I forgot the pepper.
Just can't get the hang of him, that's all.
I had a bit of beetroot somewhere. I must have mislaid it. Yeah. Listen. Can I ask your advice? You're a man of the world. Can I ask your advice about something?
You go right ahead.
Well, you see, what it is, I'm a bit worried about my brother.
Your brother?
Yeah, you see, his trouble is,
What?
it's not a very nice thing to say.
Go on now, you say it.
He don't like work.
Go on.
Well, he just don't like work. That's his trouble.
Is that a fact?
A terrible thing to have to say about your own brother.
Aye.
He's just shy of it. Very shy of it.
I know that sort.
You know the type.
I've met him.
I mean, I want to get him going in the world.
It stands to reason, man.
If you've got an older brother, you want to push him on, you want to see him make his way. You can't have him idle. He's just doing himself harm. That's what I say.
Yes.
But he won't buckle down to job.
He don't like work.
Work shy.
Sounds like it to me.
You've met the type, have you?
Me? I know that sort.
Yeah.
I know that sort. I met him.
It's causing me great anxiety. I'm a working man. I'm a tradesman. I've got my own van.
Is that a fact?
He's supposed to be doing a little job for me. I'll keep him here to do a little job, but I don't know. I'm coming to the conclusion he's a slow worker. What would your advice be?
Well, he's a funny bloke, your brother.
What?
I'm saying he's a bit of a funny bloke. Your brother.
Funny? Why?
Well, he's funny.
What's funny about him?
Not liking work.
What's funny about that?
Nothing.
I don't call it funny.
Know me.
You don't want to start getting hypercritical.
No, I
don't
wasn't.
get too glib.
All I was
Cut
saying-
it! Look, I've got a proposition to put to you. I'm thinking of taking over the running of this place. I think it could be run a bit more efficiently. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans. How'd you like to stay on here as caretaker?
What?
I'll be quite open with you. I could rely on a man like you about the place, keep an eye on things.
I know. Wait a minute, I ain't never done no caretaking before, you know.
Don't matter about that. It's just, well, you look a capable sort of man to me.
I am a capable sort of man. I mean to say, I've had plenty of offers in my time, you know. There's no getting away from that.
I could see before, when you took out that knife, you wouldn't let anyone mess you about.
No one messes me about, man.
I mean, you've been in the services, haven't you?
What?
You've been in the services. You can tell by your stance.
Oh, yes. Spent half my life there, man. Overseas, like serving I was.
You were in the colonies, were you?
I was over there. I was one of the first over there.
I see. You're just the man I'm looking for.
What for?
Caretaker.
Yes, well, look. Listen. Who's the landlord here, him or you?
I am. I've got deeds to prove it.
Well, now listen. I don't mind doing a bit of caretaking. I wouldn't mind looking after the place for you.
Of course, we come to some small financial agreement, mutually beneficial.
I leave you to reckon that out, like.
Thanks. There's just one thing.
What's that?
Can you give me any references?
Eh?
It's just to satisfy my solicitor.
Oh, I got plenty of references. All I gotta do is get down to Sick Cup tomorrow. I got all the references I want down there.
Where's that?
Sidcup. He ain't only got my references down there, he got all my papers down there. I know that place like the back of my hand. I was going down there anyway. See what I mean? I got to get down there or I'm done.
So we can always get hold of these references if we want them.
I'd be down there any day, I tell you. I was going down today, but I'm waiting for the weather to break.
Ah.
Listen, you can't pick me up a pair of good shoes, can you? I got a bad need for a good pair of shoes. I can't get anywhere without a pair of good shoes, see? Do you think there's any chance of you being able to pick me up a pair?
You said you wanted me to get you up.
What for?
Said you were thinking of going down to Sidcup.
Aye, that'd be a good thing if I got there.
Doesn't look much of a day.
Aye, well, that's shot it, isn't it?
I didn't have a very good night again.
I slept terrible.
You were making...
Terrible! Had a bit of rain in the night, didn't it?
Just a bit.
Thought so. Coming in my head. Drafts blowing right into my head anyway. Can't you close that window behind that sack?
You could.
But then what about it then? The rain's coming right into my head.
Got to have a bit of air.
Listen, I've lived all my life in the air, boy. You don't have to tell me about air. What I'm saying is there's too much air coming in that window when I'm asleep.
Gets very stuffy in here without
Yes,
that window open.
But listen! You don't know what I'm telling you. That bloody rain, man, come right into my head. Spoils my sleep. I could catch my death of cold with it with that draft. That's all I'm saying. Just shut that window and no one's gonna catch any colds. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't sleep in here without that window open.
But what about me? What are you going to say about my position?
Why don't you sleep the other way round?
What do you mean?
Sleep with your feet to the window.
What good would that do?
The rain wouldn't come in on your head.
No. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. I mean, I got used to sleeping this way. It isn't me has to change, it's that window. See? It's raining now. Look at it. It's coming down now.
I think I'll have a walk down to Gold Hawk Road. Got talking to a man there. He had a saw bench. Looked in pretty good condition to me. Don't think it's much good to him. Have a walk down there, I think.
Listen to that. I've done my trip to Sidcup. Hey, what about closing that window now? It'll be coming in here.
Close it for the time being.
What's all that under that tarpaulin out there?
Wood.
What for?
Build my shed.
You haven't come across that pair of shoes you was going to look out for me, have you?
Oh, no. I'll see if I can pick some up today.
You can't go out in this with these, can I? I can't even go out and get a cup of tea.
There's a cafe just along the road.
There may be, mate.
I used to go there quite a bit. Oh, years ago now. But I stopped. I used to like that place. Spent quite a bit of time in there. That was before I went away. Just before. I think that place had a lot to do with it. They were all a good bit older than me, but they always used to listen. I thought they understood what I said. I mean, I used to talk to them. I talked too much. That was my mistake. Same in the factory. Standing there, or in the breaks, I used to talk about things. And these men, they used to listen whenever I had anything to say. It was all right. The trouble was, I used to have kind of hallucinations. They weren't hallucinations, I used to get the feeling I could see things very clearly. Everything was so clear. Everything used to get very quiet. Everything got very quiet. All this quiet, this clear sight, it was... But maybe I was wrong. Anyway, someone must have said something. I didn't know anything about it. Some kind of lie must have got around. And this lie went round. I thought people started being funny. That cafe, the factory. I couldn't understand it. Then one day, they took me to a hospital right outside London. They got me there. I didn't want to go. Anyway, I tried to get out quite a few times, but it wasn't very easy. They asked me questions in there. Got me in and asked me all sorts of questions. Well, I told them when they wanted to know what my thoughts were. Then one day, this man, doctor I suppose, the head one, he was quite a man of distinction. Well, I wasn't so sure about that. He called me in. He said, he told me I had something. He said they concluded their examination. That's what he said. And he showed me a pile of papers. He said that I got something. Some complaint. He said, he just said that, you see. You've got this thing. That's your complaint. And we've decided, he said, that in your interests, there's only one course we can take. He said, I can't exactly remember how he put it. He said, we're going to do something to your brain. He said, if we don't, you'll be in here for the rest of your life. But if we do, you stand a chance. You can go out, he said, and live like the others. What do you want to do to my brain? I said to him. But he just repeated what he said. Well, I wasn't a fool. I knew I was a minor. I knew he couldn't do anything to me without getting permission. I knew he had to get permission from my mother. So I wrote to her and told her what they were trying to do. But she signed their form, you see, giving them permission. I know that because he showed me a signature when I brought it up. Well, that night, I tried to escape. That night, I spent 5 hours sawing at one of the bars on the window in this ward, right throughout the dark. They used to shine a torch over the beds every half hour, So I timed it just right. And then it was nearly done. And a man had a fit right next to me. And they caught me, anyway. About a week later, they started to come round and do this thing to the brain. We were all supposed to have it done in this ward. They came round and did it one at a time, one a night. I was one of the last. I could see quite clearly what they did to the others. They used to come round with these, I don't know what they were. They looked like big pincers with wires on. The wires were attached to a little machine. It was electric. They used to hold the man down, and this chief, the chief doctor, he used to fit the pincers, something like earphones. He used to fit them on either side of the man's skull. There was a man holding the machine, you see, and he'd turn it on, and the chief would just press these pincers on either side of the skull and keep them there. Then he'd take them off. They'd cover the man up. They wouldn't touch him again till later on. Some used to put up a fight. Most of them didn't. They just lay there while they were coming round to me. And the night they came, I got up and stood against the wall. They told me to get on the bed. I knew they had to get me on the bed, because if they did it while I was standing up, they might break my spine. So I stood up, and one or two of them came for me. Well, I was younger then. I was much stronger than I am now. I was quite strong then. I laid one of them out. I had another one round the throat. And suddenly this chief had these pincers on my skull, and I knew he wasn't supposed to do it while I was standing up. That's why Anyway, he did it. So I did get up. I got out of the place. But I couldn't walk very well. I don't think my spine was damaged. It was perfectly all right. The trouble was, my thoughts had become very slow. I couldn't think at all. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I could never quite get it together. The trouble was I couldn't hear what people were saying. I couldn't look to the right or the left, because if I turned my head round, I couldn't keep upright. And I had these headaches. I used to sit in my room. That was when I lived with my mother and my brother. He was younger than me. And I laid everything out in order in my room, all the things I knew were mine. But I didn't die. The thing is, I should have been dead. I should have died. Anyway, I feel much better now. But I don't talk to people now. I steer clear of places like that cafe. I never go into them now. I don't talk to anyone like that. I've often thought of going back, trying to find the man that did that to me. But I want to do something first. I want to build that shed out in the garden.